Inspector Baba Danjuma was a name that echoed in the ranks of the Nigerian police force. In a system riddled with compromise, Danjuma was an oak tree, unyielding, principled, and feared by both criminals and corrupt officers. His colleagues called him no-nonsense Baba. He lived a quiet life in the outskirts of Abuja with his only daughter, Zainab, his pride, his joy, and sometimes, his biggest worry. Before she left for her first year at the University of Jos, Baba sat Zainab down.
Z, I know you want to enjoy university life. But you must avoid bad company, late-night parties, and those so-called big boys flashing money everywhere. Some of them are not what they seem.
Zainab rolled her eyes slightly but nodded.
Yes, Daddy.
Meanwhile, at the university, whispers circulated about the dark beauty modeling agency, run by Chief Ogbuagu and housed in a gleaming glass structure nestled in the heart of Jos. The name Chief Ogbuagu had been tossed around during student union meetings like a godfather of glamour. Allegedly, he was responsible for launching the careers of top models, actors, and even 2 Afrobeat stars. But it wasn't until a group of final-year university students from the University of Jos approached Zainab to sweet-talk her into visiting the agency because of her beauty in which she could make a career out from. But freedom has a way of whispering recklessness into young ears. It started as part of a class trip, something to boost morale before the exams. They were young, eager, and bursting with dreams. It didn't take long for Zainab to start going to off-campus parties. She made new friends, ones who loved flashy photos, expensive drinks, and the attention of powerful men, and that was how she met Chief Ogbuagu. They were ushered into a conference room where he spoke of international fashion weeks, cover shoots in Paris, endorsement deals, and brand ambassadorships. He promised to transform ordinary students into global icons. He invited her to attend a party in which she would be privileged to interact with those who had made their career out from modeling and also said she could come along with a few friends. It was supposed to be just another Friday night party. As the students entered the party, they were dazzled by the opulence, marble floors, chrome staircases, and giant portraits of models gazing down like Greek statues. A receptionist with bone-straight hair and red lips offered them wine, while soft jazz played in the background. Before long, Chief Ogbuagu himself emerged in a brown kaftan embroidered with gold threads, sunglasses perched on his nose even though they were indoors. "Ah, my future stars," he said, opening his arms as though receiving royalty. "Welcome to your destiny." Meanwhile, Zainab had told her roommate she'd be back before midnight. She never returned. She had barely sipped her second drink before her vision blurred and the room spun. Laughter turned to darkness. When she woke up, she was in a large, dimly lit room in a mansion outside the city. Her head throbbed. Her hands were tied. Next to her, another girl sobbed. Then he walked in, Chief Ogbuagu, a so-called philanthropist and billionaire who, behind the scenes, ran a trafficking ring disguised as an overseas modeling agency.
"Pack them,"
he ordered coldly.
"Take them to the processing facility tonight. They fly out by Monday."
It was just past midnight when a black Prado SUV approached the Joby checkpoint, manned by a team of police officers. Inside were 2 men in the front seats, and in the boot, hidden under a false panel, were 2 bound girls. The driver slowed down and stuck his hand out, waving a wad of 15,000 Nigerian nairas.
Officer abeg, make una take this one by pure water. We dey hurry go airport.
2 junior officers looked at each other. One smiled and moved forward to collect the bribe, but the moment the money moved forward, a voice barked from behind.
Sergeant Musa, stand down.
The junior officer froze. Inspector Baba Danjuma emerged from the shadows, his cap low, face unreadable.
Every vehicle must be searched tonight. No exceptions.
The driver's smile faded.
"Oga, not just small thing."
I said. Pack well. Open your boot.
The other officers grumbled.
"Oga, too dey serious."
One muttered, but Danjuma outranked them. They obeyed. As the driver stepped out, Danjuma walked to the back of the SUV.
Unlock it.
Reluctantly, the driver clicked the remote. The tailgate rose, silence, then, gasps. Inside, cramped in a dark, concealed chamber, were two girls, blindfolded, muffled, wrists tied. One of them was faintly conscious, tears running down her cheeks. Danjuma's breath caught. Something about the shape of her face. He stepped closer. He reached forward and yanked off the blindfold. The world paused.
Zainab.
She opened her eyes. Her lips trembled.
Daddy.
The air around Danjuma cracked. His gun dropped from his stunned hands.
My own daughter. Kidnapped.
He turned to the driver, his voice like thunder.
You criminals. On the ground. Now.
Backup was called. Later that morning, Danjuma sat by Zainab's hospital bed. She couldn't stop crying.
I'm sorry, Daddy. I didn't listen. I was stupid.
Danjuma didn't speak for a long time. Then, he finally said,
I warned you not because I didn't trust you, but because I know the evil in this world. It lives in expensive cars and flashy smiles.
She held his hands tightly.
You saved me.
He shook his head.
No, Zainab. Discipline did.
A few days later, Chief Ogbuagu was paraded on national TV. His empire of lies, built over decades, had crumbled because of one refused bribe. Weeks passed. The press called it the Abuja rescue miracle. Danjuma received commendations from the force headquarters. Some colleagues admired him. Others still called him too stiff. But he didn't care. He had his daughter back. And she, in turn, became an advocate on campus, speaking to young girls about the dangers of peer pressure, sugar daddies, and blind trust. One evening, as they sat on the front porch, she said,
Daddy, you didn't just raise me. You rescued me.
He smiled faintly. Sometimes being the only honest man in a corrupt world is the hardest job. But the reward is peace. Moral of the story: a father's warning is often a prophecy in disguise. Discipline today can save lives tomorrow. Not every bribe is small, some can cost everything. Dear esteemed viewers, what insights did you gain from this captivating story? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed the tale, please give it a like, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest updates. Thank you for watching, and stay blessed.